You see, I cry battle the didn't say hospital crying.
A problem.
That would about hospital. There's Fanebra. Bomodia Fanebra. Say Ebia na say you stroke na man no achia.
Yeah.
O kasa e meyi ne ketre mani mu ayidu. Fanebra obe kasa kama na insana wo se ewu. Ne nan na enye adwuma no ebe work kama. That would about hospital. Na ayata ko check up. Wakoma tabo peri na de bia na ote ho. Edru tabia wuti every week. Ni ti pai na best 4 times. Di inti na wuti ta pai o. Brother would about hospital. Edru anadwo akọ kete so a wunti men na. Maame bi ba doctor nim na oba I say doctor pressure inti. Me say movie bi I say twice kura na yi a doctor metna won hwebi. Untimi na. Enti da would about hospital say bra to anamon bra. Ebia na ye ka say wo de na ye diabetes because pressure na diabetes e sichire de no mojabroso kabomu a ene de stroke ba e sichire de medru ba bia wo dwonso to aso ntentem dwonso no nso bebre kakra bo nsa ensu komo de wo kakra na ensu komo de wo e wom say weather ni mu ye dry ya no mu nsuo dodo but ebi wo ha na e broso obi wo diabetes wo jan so dwonso ha say ye hwie nsuo gu bucket mu a ye hwie mu Bebre, brother would about hospital. What's na kai mu kakra bia na na ase paja. Brother would about hospital. Yes, I can will say infections no so ebu. And your baby na be ma bia na obehia na obunso obi because ade no until so obe kan hwe and obi kura ho aye de wo no syphilis no per se ye de free awom obo ane maame ye de wo no free awom enti obo say di ni nya tran the system ni mu ache guy be obai or say doctor say consulting ha me say me yi me be ma kire wa obesu aka I say jot kete na asan atwa akohyem ene hu nyina ye kuro areho asan tensa bi de egu no ho ye de ne to aduro so after 2 weeks obai na nsan na hye obo say doctor o aduro pa say when community of room by or every 2 weeks oba de obi ba
aka so be signboard on
that's right it is yare bi how bi nam yare syphilis wo so gonorrhea chlamydia obo hepatitis B how mesro to anamon bra da would ba hospital where just so krapa oba ye beboa ye ba ye nipa bebre aba obi ba wo say doctor me pese me tu kwan enso me kwaya medicals me hepatitis B minti me nko ye de ne tu aduro so a won say ye ya na dem one guy bi nyame adoma November ya na oko oba ye ne de ne ni ache ofrefi dwase enti Dawood Aba hospital sebra syphilis na ma odwari ho kekawa mesra obra
Dawood Aba hospital
wona sit me show syphilis doc ehu
na anya doctor nka na minim se syphilis no se e chire nsunsu aso do so sa
ehu papa it me ma otri nwi nyina tutu
etumi ma osisi ya
yes osisi wachi kase otimi ebetima mo wani obeda nya no
syphilis betumi atete wa hwe obefisa was spinal problem
that's right areho na sai ama na se show se mako wakoma hutimi wo se pane oba bi wo ha se bi onyinsan ya na sai na nya miscarriage syphilis e cause sa na me nyina enti obi tie na owo nem yare bia on the omra say you gonorrhea syphilis chlamydia omra difference was syphilis and gonorrhea mun say gonorrhea no odwun so a wote yaw emu ye oya obema na oba no syphilis and so dey kekaye mesero ye chia kwan we dwo krapa old Metro FM building name we sign for glass nko ha ba se ni nyina glass ye adwuma no pa 7 a.m. Eko pem say enyumre nonum Dr. Dawood number ni ye ko 0244 8864 37 0244 Dawood Aba hospital drama yarisa kashi
Mami money adwuma udan ya ye fe
Mira me da say na esomo ye no na aka o
I know de anyine ho mami aha dan ya boso fefefe nyina eye donima C complex ahunu say etoda enua ye de boya dan so no eta hunu anase mpo emuta akoko a eba saa na dan ne nwunu enti odi DSL alloying steel trusses enadia ye de go dan so aba edan bia utumi di go so efo ena enwe na achen enti say odi DSL alloying steel trusses yi ego dan so wia now the Donima NMK Premium Roofing Sheets and Chancing a Boswaka home. Oh, natures of Jumanes na NMK Premium Roofing Sheets and Chancing a Donima Diabe, Yoma Hudo, your NMK Law Span, Alozing, and the Governance, IBR, and NMK Nails, Emupianso, Saunisika, Donima, Emotrian Kakran Kakra. When your latest producer, Donima Diaba, Abeka Dadane.
And Timon Kwahin.
Kwasafu YF Johnson, Obenjiari, Anafre 0244 126625 and 0540 101 555. Donima Steel Complex, Babia at the Power F.
Enye da ya agwe ne nyepe ntinke ye besere Ghana for yesere mo entokwa bi enim ano baba ye bi enim yesere mo ye pamocho mo me nyina ye nyekro de ade ne se no wo wi ni ayemfama no nye ntokwa nipa bi a ye nipa na emom e ya adwenche na ya na obi a che ye besere ka mu ntokwa no so munyai ni nyina de ntokwa bana no se ka ye fo ye nyame nko kabaku pra no nyonko eyesa nya fenketwa na efi akire ba no na onso esua medamase.
Assalamu alaikum muslimi muna gesuwa mu muna do mama Dubai mu ce cikin muna kai tiya abinda yake damu mu nan ga kasuwan ne bai yi kasuwan ba kyau nama kuma shanu su kuri abinda muke so ba muna roko Allah sa wanda zai zo Ghana peace muke so kagan fara bakunga ya zo ya bare shanu bai zuwa nan abinda muke so muna roko Allah sa ya zo mu vote na abinda wanda zai zo duka Allah sa ya zo tundiye na Ghana sai muna zama peace abinda muke so kenan mun gore
say de ye de nyame ase say nyame so ma afre no eba abato no ebe tue wasumzem na wo say emrantie ne mabawa no obi ahwe ne ho so ye because say wo time obi abeyisu na ni bakon lati send back go abrochire e de wo mo ko school papa na say obi be ma 5 million and I say 400 now waje now say kodin kwaya sma bibi twa ayewa nkwasa sem no wakodi because say wo de obi an show wo akira kwan na mom sa wo ko Jesus ka we de na wa ko hwe wo akira kwan etie de nyame na ye bono mpaye say ye ma no e ma o memo obi an chan ma obi ama ye den e me yusu na dwen oni akoto wa bawie a kotena wo fie say TV na abehwe o say radio na abetio no watie na nyame so enesi hene ye de enim say eye de ya papa Yesu no obesi wo hene ba akopɛ ayeden amayen said the America for ato mu de bɔkɔ say yanti de bia wa American saa so na nyame behu ya mɔbɔ ɛwɔ Ghana ha so amayen so ye bibia nso ayeye sipe nyame jam
mɔbɔ pa se ma lada pa mkebo miru da inzabre lada pa la no na ke vote na pa e ke vote e vote pa e pedogi ni bi NDM kala nse kazabda da so ki la nse kala mboko e MPP NDC o ki bo zabre yene ye zabre la yeti zaba ba bi be so bute ke yambe pala ka ba ya be na fil ke yan zabre ka ba ko saba ka ba bora so won bon to asem ya ki bo so da yira so da zabe ka la san go bun ba he mon bon to asem la dem pesa me sem ka kan an to ko duru muko sa wutu wie do ba wene wase ne bone kugo bechire na ya kan ya ko to ko ne bi do sisi hu na ewu to ntemu ukọ bọnu wo video bọnu ho e kire wo
basta mu nyane se Ghana for e man na man penin kola about time for mun ka san shamu manu emphatic etitrasem enhyensem na yadi asudwe ebeto abano obeka jo se diska le kotwe kofa balato a me ni ska no me nko pro nkwa pro buti Roma menu yano. I had for a woman Ghana. I make up a yentin to make up. Cote d'Ivoire yanni, Tobo yanni, and the person dream. Let me catch up a mobile for say. Or catch or said disca. No good duty to someone. Can I say all money banon coyer? My old young king go yes, I didn't. Ye person dream. So go to a baby. wopa so firi hɔ kɔhyɛ fie ɛbɔ no nsi a ne wakɔ akɔtie results sɛ waba ne nyaeɛ a ne wagye w'ani wɔ wo dan no mɛmfa mpia bɔnte ɛnkɔhuru obi ɛmfa mpia bɔnte ɛni nkɔsɛsɛm ɛnkyerɛ obi asomdwue a ne yɛpɛ ɔman Ghana yɛpɛ asomdwue yɛpɛ ahotɔ ɛwɔ Kristo din nti amen.
Medase paa mɛka ne sɛ Ghana deɛ yɛbɔ Ghana deɛ de kaya yɛ sɛ asomdwue yɛfiri to aba no ɛnyɛ nɛ basabasa biara ni hɔnom a ɛsi na deɛ mɛka ne sɛ rundown aka bɛɛ sɛ 30 days na yɛkɔ akɔto aba na sɛdeɛ nim no ayɛ na Ghana no akɔyɛ sɛbi mpɔnkye omukukuru ni kakra na abafom na de mesere ne se ehia asomdwie na asomdwie ehia me teacher ni sabio sebasabasa esi a meye den na matimi akọ classroom se me kwa akọkira de na beden na nkura no so kura no a omo ye minus no omo matimi aba se omo so baba besua de enti de mesere ne se ne esi akura yasomdwie mu efiri mra tenten a hya se to aba no boni bia nsie no sana mesere oman no eye the clergy mesere eye akufuado ene the other political parties a omoka ho empo ebesi eye ekwedonko a wanya ba bi ko the replacement and said nipa obaba be replace no na asomdwe abua no ye nyina yetimi anom ama Ghana so afanfa ho de tikakra metimi aka
yo mpo ya sel kan na yete mabi ni tibi bombisi e kate do arba election la kate yete kensula te bore sumaham te bor zaba so da zango men enkuntan kaba pa ahoye kenzang ballot box keken to mayina bambor ba ligrila bam mengla bakuzaba ga bibitana ta kenzang box la katamba mbe yang la kaba pa arti bi keke et kaba tengbe so enwa la ko songte te permi yame lampa election time yin ken suivote ba kulun yin eduon lampa kargama ki wo ge radio ka wom on di wa Ghana nit on di wa ba wa Ghana nit ti bori suma katu bo sesiela on di wa Ghana nit on tetana katanga eso matete yin ken suivote la ba le yin e po ani bi amade ba ka ba pa he kikenza e yin mara pa ngi yen ngi enwa la ko sonte mbelu ya me mabi lampa pa ka yen to asego tan fa bi tan ba apepe bi ka ba pa harba zongo bi ka ba pa harba yam mapang la tamuta do ayatangwa yaban ka suma antana ta teto wabe kambelu ya me ka yeria sori ya me election la yaban ka tengla suma ampone kampo ya zuo to yanko enua we so na ono so kakra on fan so na yentie no menua odi ni sei ya frema Musa Asoma ante ye beto aba afutu semban na wode ma Ghana fo afa asomdwe ho abra ente na ye beto aba yi ma asamne se ye beto aba no ye pe asomdwe ye mpe ntakwa bia ye mpe bibia ye pe de aba ma Ghana de aba bia na asomdwe aba ye mpe se e bekoto aba no ye yina siwa na obi akotam se Oribajona ko sana anya ade a ababo Ghana to say pesunjue na ye pe no e pe na bibia kwa kama ma obia asunjue na ye so pe no Ghana bibia asunjue a so de ababa bia wo he Ghana bibia ko na nkoyie jijina bijima na ye nyina no jima na nkoyie sefa akosoro de ababa bia ombo Ghana ne Ghana koyie na de abaye bia no na Ghana asunjue aba yempe ntakwa bibia yempe ade a abasan Ghana asama mo won to bia nya abotre na nto abane yi na bibia kwa kama ma obia ma asam no
Election warehouse
no obi antie OTEC FM about to have Wona pano ye je obi a ode wo mimu we usu wo we eno nso kwa kutu aba papa ba bia tena asumdie befo manim ne hia And you say, what over here to quack? You're so busy enough to arrange to come anymore. Who crying? Even Uncle. What do you know to never? And I should get and
On the check 102.9 your choir samba busian for
Kahe
pepa tete yan choir ni yan twa de na fe ya ne honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa ni nkomo
there's pose man abahe de se ne nsem bebre no
ya ne mekọ Evans masoro
okay ebusia ya tena se dwabrem Dr. Kashada mo ne mpenfo besi nkonwa na ensem ado etwa go Ghana hanum wo de abeso Augustine Cable Enterprise na dama na oboa yen Augustine Cable Enterprise say open kania wires ahodo na de asiesie wo dan no a brei wakodwa manso wakotase ne kama na bo e from Augustine Cable Enterprise Chanel light or wall corner light LED corner light orbit fan selling fan Bluetooth wo wires no quality ones or the about garden light solar light socket stabilizer step down switch and have a video doorbell kumasi adum obenjaba jiwe ho ma lava and the din hwe ni mu ahoma 0243 179942 0243 179942
DHI College of Health and Education set main control set baby biada wo bia no eya dia wo bo wo enka yese ene what the program for be about cyber security program we a certificate diploma enunti no baby a wo bia no obetumi aba na wababa besua ade one sense university college ewo UK and akambomo ya wo ma wo sa entity ye e wo cyber security emu terms and conditions ne dia busua emu de papa wokwa register cyber security program bi na peso ya wo ma laptop free wumpe we na pede ya tetewo sande be ya wonso obetumi ehunu ade no no se ahankwa na wo ba bede teteye no a wo boa wa ma masters no wawremu ma scholarship ama wo e ma kwakoto so e wo yuka brochi memo enu nti ten fredi chai na ehun hihye bia wo ho no wo ne empanyimfo enkasa 0244 213 187 and 0276 221 939 and 0273 635 765 wunya fra wo dem baby a wo biada ye no bekasa na ye ka mo so say other courses na ye no ye guso da ye je dom nwoma besua de certificate in dispensing assistant no eye afiba kwakwantuo dispensing technician 2 and 3 top up no ye weekend classes anu nti emfa wo ne adwuma wo ye no betumi aba besua medical sonography ultrasound no betumi aba besua bi ewo ho mo pesa musia sterilization processing technician no akwanya no aba ede amamo medical laboratory technology environmental health diploma in education early grade education sign language ni nyina da courses ahodo ni bia DHI ye kire ewo ho baby a wo bia wo se wo cha physics any chemistry na wo yo bia o certificate na kura wo no degree de na wato di wo bo am akwa ye adwuma ewo US abrochi memo sanso na wo pe nanis construction workers welders electricians and plumbers emo makwa Romania mine emo akwa ye adwuma wani je ho de ne animanim ya yamfra wonom ewo 0244 213 187 and 0276 221 939 and 0273 635 765
Yadie beko heba center ni yadie be na etetu abusuya anu yia yadie beko heba center where Dr. Destiny wa ben papa yeni akwa di ho adanse won so akwa di ho adanse asema o kan danse won share Dr. Destiny a enka yadie no do on konse do na so Dr. Destiny so duru ho ma wo yadie no mum na be free so akọ ekro na atu wa kwan konferenshia du mfrenshia num chese enna bi edi wo ho bia no odu Dr. Destiny ho no ma haban nutani enura hodo de be kan won no ekro no de America be dwane stroke na tete wa diabetes ana osa be man oba mo pawo eno de Dr. Destiny na dwuma kese ba ko pa oye no free so oba be fafro ene bro be wo nyina hu nuro be boa ama oba na akoda nyina ho aye de no nyina brane Dr. Destiny ena ehwe wona bibia koyie etwere ana se ade bia tete wo bia mema postrate no be man pon ho de kofo nyina ba ko so ye hodma obe a wakọ ye adwuma na wakọ di agro bia ma onkase mu akọbuo se ya wona won sa bia bubia for ni chemo ya de be ko heba center wo be kwai dominance zongo hon ma frafra ni fi ho mumfra Dr. Destiny wa homa so ukasa what OTEC FM so kra de ni bonus what the amount 0531 602710 0531 602710.
Eugene Ma Travel and Tour and Consult Samin Kanchra will say. Wopese wutu kwan de na baby ba ko pe na e wasa wo ba Ghana Tourism Award 2024 no yenya Best Travel Agency of the Year eno nti baby biada wo bia Ashanti region no brania mu awo wopese kwa US abro chimemu na work permit na visa permit no emfie num ene akire bra e be ye ede ama dodo ma mo pese mo kwa ye dwuma e wo UK Canada na Australia ni nyina da ye bo mo akwa so kosuku so kwa ye dwuma bra ne ye beje wo abo wa wo pese so kwa ye dwuma e wo pola man no emu no wo visa hodro ni nyina da de bedan ya ye bebo e ma wonsa etumi aka na wa wo de wonim sandra dwuma ya pese kwatena UK na kwa ye dwuma ni nyina da wo betumi aba jeme abochimemu nyina ye bo e ma nso anya visa akwakotena ho akwakwa ye adwuma France na Spain na Netherlands na apa na ni nyina wo ba ye bebo e ma wonso wanya ho akwakotena so pese okosua de na wo ye adwuma ka ho e wo European countries ahodro ni nyina wo ba ya beboa wo se men kan cho se visa application assistant any acquisition ni nyina da wo ye bi e wo ho wo beboa ma musaka a asembia da eni akire visa supporting document ahodro ni nyina da eto da na yiri se ta wo ba we no simple kura e de maye o flight reservations ahodro ni nyina de be ye de amam hotel ba bia kwa beda ni nyina no e ka ho o best set ne passport ni nyina no wonya bia bra ententem express ne regular ye gwenum nyina bi e de ema American lottery registration no obi ho ba register man so e ba won timpo no akọ bra ahade antese adwuma e ho tepa bra ne mu awo na gwenum nyina kwantro ho nsam no yamfa wo emfam ahoma ne ye 055 3944 608 na 0552 098298 unya frɛ WhatsApp frɛ ya bibia ya beje wo som shanon so santimantem ha ya wo no so ntraso wo de wani akire mu e wo Bugis building no ni nchemu hwa na chipe e na abehu yen e ben sofly interchange no ma mo wo boasenso no ba bia kane na GM bank wonu a ya ne no e na ehwe ni mu bra ni yemu a na wa control da yeso no entumi emrem
contractors ni adansi for mo so de ni Latus Enterprise abusia ehada odu ho no mu a ni audiesie dan na madan no ayedan mua ubenya PVC pipes ben fittings Turkish doors paints afa chandelier ta hodo nyina bi wo wall light LED corner light ne nkania hodo albasiesie dan nyina ma na ya kama ebi wo ho no electrical cables no na ya kama enkofo ha bi aja hihye bi ma ofi ho no ho na abeje bi Latus Enterprise a one stop shop awjuru ho no mu a bi fa dansie ne nyoma ho de ubenya e wo ho no na bathroom house bath house wokra de bathroom wares ni nyina telephone shower sets complete shower bathtubs jacuzzi and now demo no peja na ne o bruise woni sa o chen dabo ebusia emu de papa and wa hwekese no ho no na hwekese nkra de udware we are naked now the na resuru ko si form we ye be mabo se nyomen na sum hwe we ba so a esum ho no no sa mpanyame bo wiye eye Latus Enterprise abusia kumasi adum the nechimas da house plan so one mo a wa homa ne 0242 61 65 85 0242 61 65 85
abapa mo so men kan cho se bronyan aha na enyama papa ni nyina da wo ba wo benya bi e wo ho Tafoma 3 Sakasaka Park ho na bapambo ewo abapa se bia wo bia wontumi mempo a free delivery wo beye ama won satumi aka e bia na wo pa kwanya no twetwa ne kakrakra ne nyina da wo ba enhyehyeye ewo ho adima o asodum niama hodro be na wo pe TV no na eye fridge na blender microwave oven kettle na ne wo pe bia wo bodi abapambo benya bi dia ma o ofune na sai wo laptop no na ne wo pe bia abapambo se wo bo benya bi dia ma dodo TV no inches be na wo pe man who first a wood run yet be a bobrunya, mumajum, Namumia be a move ammonium, and Quadan Tadian Pabwan paying for United dear, about shopping what the beer about walk on what bed the amount to drop. If you want to me, but Una Renge, Yan delivered your bro, our money is 0593 386 133 and 0593 391 848.
Verna natural mineral water in so just obusonya be a boy, papa, a double beshian quad, Verna natural mineral water, and are there some som on ewo ase ne ka ne say so de so nya de waso so kro gin na FDA fo asan ase e Verna natural mineral water baby to so bia dru ho tobi nanam boguso na bibia enko yie wa homa ni wona person tu na bribia na omanfo nya bi numo 0322 190877 0322 190877
Abusia events of the year enche na dwumadie no abaso December ne da etoso 25th no na ebekoso ewo Ratri Park Lodge Entertainment and Ratri Park na kambom ya wadi dwumadie shrunkwi eba asantemontem ha wasasa abra no na abatro ya toawie enti ewie dia nese ye betwi so jams no eho be de pa watonsa e de afranum to fokuku dam bebre no ase eda ne du ho wamomra ma dwumadie na se enye de ema ne lumba obeba ba bedi agro no mana ye kama Black Sheriff ejinem Kofi Kinata family ena fake Kimpaluta when the shemu nyina da enya foforo bi eka ho wo nyina beba ema event of the year 2024 no bibia da atumi akoso wo same enwumre no nso kan na dwumadie no ahyase dada enu nti ba bia wo no na no nkrofo ka gate yachi Ratri Park ho nyina ye ma wo mpese bi beto de ne ahome ya meboi mebo na wo nso wo frɛ no agye wo de ntemato ho last minute show no beba ne apon ahoma ne 05066777742 and 0244602800 Mesroko Love FM and Inshra FM nso a tickets no enye na ubetumi atobi ewo ho ana dial *714*003*4 ash wunya boy ya baby wo bia won beboa ama won so won sa atumi akambi
election warehouse
mo
pressure what them ha no
oh eku
was we enkrate egu mi chem ha no a
books ne do so
ale grofo ye jmo kroma
na mi hu krata nam say asafo je krata
oh was on na ba ha o krata ba
ha krata my GP krata my GP
krata ndo so
no biem no yi sem gu ho no mu a
enu na epia ko atire no
utibom
esuru eku
the video ya na say fato
election
warehouse ye ka gina say aka to ne bro na Ghana me ko abato so oyos na wansani si oni hu di ori abro nfuma NDC na kwa na MPP na ko Ghana for na ko kire na emom asamba fia na do rokofi enso ne ho nto no tie ensentrofo for de be gina fifi ni akọ Ghana ha ne mfra na amuo atifi atoye ne apoye ne ahwese de be koso bia ye beta se de be so manfo enti ye sha ase ne ye bo amane se OTEC 102.9 FM the pride of Ashanti ye de ensentrofo Ghana mfa na nyina abato no mu nsam nkomo nyina onmata se odba baso ye edi ye ka nyina ne se efri sabre ko bia sem bia paso tifa abato no ho de manna OTEC 102.9 FM of course your election warehouse ni FM nsem no emesom
and ka he we dia me kan
warehouse ni onioma bebre o se ye hwe wo mu me bisa o ha last week say Professor Smart research no de buy no se sa pepepe na ekodia maka kan mu ya sure say election run of home
me who's a run of home whoever will win will win touch
NDC
be win in one MPP be win in one
about so kase run off ni nyina so be gina number of seats say number of seats no each side no baby ebeko bia no e na ebe kire ebe decide run off about brain so ye be hwe
less than
papers ni nyina so ko ballot papers ni nyina ko
sabande Ghana for to awi
o sa dan me catch us here to ana me kan jire o ya to awi o ya to awi some catch us politics your red yellow and green colors of the electorates enti say green no go through yellow no go through na ko esta bia red na na asem wo mu no eno enti no mu nyina obi ani abere no red no ya be papa red no adwa
last one okay one send your opinion kase e wa hase
that's right
enu ti bia wo bia no Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X and Twitter and so OTEC 102.9 FM afi ya WhatsApp line no obetumi edo voice note no afaso 0505 225578 0505 225578 ka he
na Samuel we on. Mama baby asonya kama.
I say can no so baby because e bia na opagya de mu dura na kan 1 2 3 na ze pia watum.
O de vema pia.
Enkran no be kan say.
O say
enkran 1 2 3 no be kan say.
O say ekome enyo eten edwe.
Ye na edwe.
Mate, madam, I say, why?
In terms of the other sports, no, I believe, sir, it is high time you started from the educational level. Not your name ministry, not me one ministry of education, or not the ministry of youth, a collaboration. We want to bring back the intercolleges and make sure, sir, we would provide the infrastructure at the school level, because that is where you develop the talents, the academicals concept. As I say, yes, sir. Now, you're making sure, sir.
OTEC 102.9, yeah, Twaso, up close with me and the studios B. Many Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, ABD and Komo, Member of Parliament, Emma Norton constituency, also Okoha, Krum Hoso, a wefe, Nyabete Kra, Odu any chair bridge in this one now, Kania left and right, all over. Yeah, the air na 2 kwan. When him say me dey am 2 kwan ti. Me kwana me 2 kwan na me hu say ho nya meka. E ho etan so a otena ha nka meka kire no. E firi ho no ma buramu ade call dabala, akpleto call those areas. E chin kakra. Honorable Makwawa.
Doc, so we have a call.
Mon pai bonti ya ho ye say ye gu so a ye chichiri Ghana ni. Na akato ne bro na election 2024. Brennason said, Ghana would have to decide. Yeah. Now, if you will, no, I say election would be much based on figures, facts, evidences. Yeah, sure. Say, Opaimu acquire 8 years here, 8 years there. Within the 8 years, the within the 8 years, the ruling government, and so yeah, the new be beguns and yen ya doso na Ghana for nso ehun se say Ghana for ade o mo twan ye policy explanations be details and on a Ghana for air train as part of my social contract mama Ghana for contract bebre akasa mo be chirechirem ama Ghana for atiase but nanse mo so no mo nko parliament na mo he Ghana for that. Ada mwasha dana
yo edikan my main initiative for na
aya no macho voice
na OTEC FM member mabaso ejumapa moye the pride of Ashanti and maba mu studio say is the first time I made mu studio. Normally your conversations our line so multi frame me on the phone but and that the say matumi aba Kumasi aba Ashanti region aba OTEC FM studios inti michia tiefo nyina the issue of parliament edikan as I say nyina yajitum say the work of parliament parliament a master of your own procedures, your own practices, your own traditions, and yankasa your conventions. Now, any time that power, that authority is undermined, other arms of government outside the institution of parliament try to dictate, because under the 1992 constitution, there was separation of powers.
Yeah.
Want to make the judiciary to dictate to them as to how to run their affairs. Judges know more rules of court, more traditions that they follow. Within the executive, so about even cabinet, for example, there were executive decisions or cabinet, those who are designated are omunomu to me say to me at cabinet meetings at tenaho at take decisions.
Okay.
Enti omu remit. Sana eba parliaments wa yawo omo
ya elect omo 275 MPs and the speaker. Your the Parliamentary Service Board, your clerks, your practices, your conventions. And the principle of separation of powers, we are seeing now, we are practicing. Yes, there are checks and balances, but checks and balances are one limit.
Okay.
And so say, in the name of checks and balances, no, now why you intrusive? Now upese would dictate the any of the arms of government be here. Uyanisana, it creates friction. In the case of the Ghanaian 8th Parliament, the sad aspect, and it's often a young kasa within Parliament, particularly Yanyanuma Omo the MPP side, Omuna Omo invite this external interference, intrusion, which is done in such a crude manner.
Okay.
Into the AC, you are seeing flexing of muscles. Judiciary say
political muscles,
yes,
and power muscles,
yes, political muscles,
yeah.
Political takashi, if you like. And the Supreme Court say, Speaker of Parliament, we have stayed your ruling. You're unconstitutional. Allow the MPs are almost co-independent. Allow them to keep their seats. Article 97 and automatic. The next election, as I said, take effect. Not this parliament, until the next parliament. Meanwhile, the tradition all along, they say, the speakers have always ruled on the matter.
Sure.
Speaker Okwe, who call DF Annan, who call Alajete, all the presidents are Yawono, a speaker. So Bia and Kokot, Obia and Teptise. The court should even stop the speaker. In this present case, no. Afenyo can start here. Answer na speaker bemani ruling krano. Now opese ye injunctive speaker to prevent the speaker from carrying out the constitutional mandate under the constitution, under the standing orders of parliament, which is condemnable. Inti when baby ayedru say no. Why Russia call Supreme Court ama o de ope. But Chief Justice unto me ember parliament, ember free parliament, and convene parliament, ember preside over parliament. And we who the limit of her powers.
A Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court. And say just a speaker now obe free parliament. Afenyo marking to me free parliament. No MP can call parliament. No majority side can call
but
parliament.
On the white paper, so bet me actual for a recall. And
yes, you can trigger a recall if you get the right signatories, the minimum threshold 1/3.
Okay.
But no so crano. Share the numbers. The constitution is very clear. Sir, to take a decision, no, we hear at least half. Half of 275, no, 138. Sir, o trigger emergency recall. Now say yang kwa. Because Kai said the two other occasions are omo trigger emergency recall are omoamba parliament. And the irony is omo kasa yanko parliament omoamba. Yan yakoya no omoamba. So we didn't have the numbers to take a decision. Indiana, I have always maintained, sir, Usha sent Ghana for tour about 2020. Ghanaians were telling us clearly in the face, sir, winner takes all politics, no. The politics of lack of reconciliation, lack of consensus building, no. Say no Ghana for abre. Ente yanko parliament na yenye juma together. I said publicly, cry say, answer na yebe elected speakers krano. I was hoping say leadership will be brought to bear. President Akufo-Addo, who was declared winner, Obe reaching out to President Mahama, the opposition leader, because who now the leader, who now paying, who now ya elected as president. Now, more discusses say the speakership krano. This is how we are going about it. May the nomination way ever also for Odiabra. Now you build a consensus. Sa in Tokwana Esiye on the night of 6 January 2021 will have been avoided. Until right from day one, lack of leadership, lack of consensus building, lack of maturity and tolerance. That is what has bedeviled this 8th parliament. Because Anka hang parliament there, Anka, it should have even made parliament stronger. And it should have served the country's interest. Because extreme partisanship, no. When a government in power feels said they have all the numbers, no, they have a comfortable majority, no. Sometimes they don't even listen to the people. And okay. Until right from day one, no, the leadership style, the approach has not been in the national interest. And no, until back to the current stalemate, no, I have always maintained the only way forward, political negotiations. Instead of running to the Supreme Court, say obey the limitation. Say afenyo making a petition, pleading with the speaker. The speaker, please, you, with all due respect, try and call Parliament. We have some urgent business. Business ukra or list here. Uncle consort here. I would have thought, he will have reached out. We could have even sent a joint petition. Now ya discussing the things that are of priority.
Okay.
Who be Samia, honestly? Niema honorable afenyo market list here no. Doduana enye priority to our caucus and to the Ghanaian people. At this time, economy where more mismanaging, which has been declared bankrupt, insolvent. Should be your debt to GDP ratio. Your public debt are moving from 122 billion to over 750 billion. Is this the timer you will be arguing for an urgent sitting for tax waivers? And Ushe petitioner or Chirokoma speaker, that is number one.
But tax waivers no so for 1D 1F you could be a nimsenkeskano and our waivers no kebe bomo. You know, as far as industrialization is concerned.
How does that help industrialization? And what change? Can President Akufo-Addo in the first State of the Nation address, okay, say tax waiver, a bo or minor, a denying of revenue mobilization? Because a lot of these tax waivers, where is the industrialization? Make call Parliament. Virtually every month, tax waiver requests ever. And to be fair, both governments, but even though now, the scale is unprecedented.
Did you grant the waivers?
I have never been in support. Check the records in Parliament. Okay. I have never, at the personal level, no. Any idea me supporting. I always say, if these are viable businesses and all of that, they should be able to pay their taxes. They should pay their fair share. Because company moi already yaji loan amount. Yamao all kinds of tax holidays, yamao all kinds of incentives. Now, paying your fair share, no, we say 1% will be cheap. Meanwhile, the ordinary Ghanaian has no choice. They be na increase VAT. Now the new taxes eba, betting tax, e-levy, COVID levy, emissions tax, all kinds of taxes. Omo Muka said they'll move us from taxation to production. Ababe taxation to more taxation. And sometimes even armed robbery. How fair is this system where those who really are struggling, the vulnerable, no? They be ana omodie. We keep taxing them. Look at how importers are complaining and struggling. Meanwhile, no, those who are in a better position, who have better muscles and opportunities, omodie they be ano. Na mwaba parliament say yema omu tax waiver. They should get away. They shouldn't pay their fair share. And if you ask me, no, if Afenyo Makin had consulted us, made the number one thing America on that list, any galamsey ASA or minor, how to repeal the airlines, how to take drastic action to save our water bodies. Because as chairman of Assurances Committee, me call around, me by region way, I went to all the river bodies in our country, take samples. I was shocked. Volta River Nkwa, Volta River, one make constituency, another adjoining constituency. Can you believe that? The over 30 river bodies we have in this country. And even that one is just a matter of time. Usha the Ekosu or black water beginning to enter into the water. It's just a matter of time. And my number one issue will have been the Galamsey nightmare, the Galamsey canker, the threat to our lives, to our survival. A mass murder, as I call it. Then number two will have been budget. I was surprised on Afenyo Markin's list. He didn't talk about the 2025 budget because under the Ghanaian constitution,
the numbers didn't know about the budget.
No, but we hear numbers.
Yeah,
you need a majority decision. Exactly. If you can be listing tax waivers and loans and new bills, any agent here. When we have this, we face an existential threat. Unim say, "Yang approve it within the next few days. Yang approve it the budget of 2025 and under the constitution, election years, no, Parliament is enjoined to approve the first 3 months." Fiscal policy of the ensuing year, so that new government is assumed that within 3 months, at least what to me settle down kakra point to finance minister will call for vetting now we present will first budget by March April.
All right,
and the threat we face now is if this crisis continues, gridlock way ekoswa January, February, March next year, public sector workers omunya salaries.
Oh,
yes, that is the threat. Very, very, very serious matter.
By what merit? How?
No, because say under the constitution, Parliament approve a budget because budget now you approve it ends 31st December.
Sure.
2024. Until say enter next year, you run next year January. From January, there is no budget until there can be no payment of salaries.
So does that mean when you're ready December Parliament?
Into the way I see things, no, I think say yenjai in Tokwano, na ye political negotiation, we are mature people.
Okay.
Yenjai this I mean, have you monitored some of the press conferences?
Yeah.
The vicious language, the attacks, speakers who Oyenipa who attacking us, you call him dictator, Idi Amin. Meanwhile, on year BBR, his predecessors, okay, Professor Okwe ruling, even Speaker Bagbin, they cry a mouth. He didn't even go as far as Professor Okwe did in the case of Honorable Esiama.
All right, okay.
If Professor Okwe ruling did not warrant attacks, it did not warrant going to the Supreme Court. And he also said the double standards, the lack of consistency and principle in our politics, and on a hard.
All right.
And yen accept say, look, we have urgent serious matters, particularly public sector workers, on salaries, on conditions of service, the first 3 months of next year. And then the Galamsey crisis.
Okay.
Even election way, Unim said, under normal circumstances, Anka by now, actually long ago, 3-4 weeks ago, Anka now say you're free electoral commission, or mobile parliament, ebe briefy parliament and the whole country on almost state of readiness.
Ahead of the election.
Ahead of the election. That's what we do every 4 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised that it wasn't on Afenyo Markin's list. Security services, you invite you IGP, CDS, OBR to come and brief us. That's been the practice. That's the convention.
But any EC, any security, no, so I meeting.
That's what I hear. But no, all kinds of meetings can go on. But the people's representatives, they say, Obeshia, budget a year approve. We want to see where is it going to? What are the allocations you have done? Do you need more resources so that we can give you approvals? Okay. All of these important things. We are going to such a crucial election. Yeah. And I am worried about the needless. To say, look. Hopes are now a war for the 8th Parliament. I can tell you today, as an insider, say 8th Parliament, no, and to me, and leave it to that expectation. They could even make oversight. The kind of investigations am I now I was expecting say Parliament will be in session. We can submit it to the House, delve into the matters. They are all hanging.
All right.
The 8th Parliament has clearly not lived up to expectation.
But clearly, can we say, sir, Article 97 in the Constitution has lost its potency according to the interpretation of the Supreme Court?
Yeah, clearly. And you see, let's be very careful. Minia. The reason why Article 97 of our Constitution is to protect all of us, your democracy. When him say, Article 97 anywhere, NDC, but to me, I strategy say, when him say Ashanti region there, to be an MP for most of the constituencies, you have to be an MPP parliamentary candidate. Ente, yes, so mamo, munko pretend say mu ye MPP parliamentary candidate, mu infiltrate, na munko contest. Muko contest na mu win, obviously majority of the seats you win. Muba parliamenter, na mu across the carpet. MPP could also do that in Volta region, seeing that Volta region there we NDC parliamentary candidate, you have a great chance.
Okay.
Oba parliamenter now across the carpet. It is for good reason. Can you imagine, Krase? Anka Article 97 provision way, if it wasn't there, 8 parliament way yenya hang parliament. Munkayo, therefore, our secret votings. Remember what was happening. Yabe hold the press conference. Yabe say where the young two man candidate where the young supporting no. Yeko to aba. Na nipano anya even more votes. Na there is total confusion. Say na NDC caucus muka say we mun support mun joining MPP ebani sena, and then we start finger pointing. We start doing investigations. Say then they see who has been compromised. Why na ABA wakwako Jessica? Can you imagine say Anka we didn't have Article 97? All the ruling party has to do is say obe selected 5 and not 10 NDC MPs. Now, hey, I can't boy on your election. I'll give you even 4 times, 5 times. Now we're across the carpet because there are no consequences. Won't lose, you will sit. Now, they go and do business. Into the framers of the constitution, they were deep thinkers. They had the foresight. Now, on per se, almost protecting your democracy.
All right.
And then to promote loyalty to constituents. What be campaigning to me, sir, this is your party, these are your principles, this is what you stand for, this is your political ideology. And I'm at Tuamao. Who could do parliament? I will say, oh dear, now you've got what you want into what switch allegiance.
Okay.
Into honestly, no, I'm one of those who don't support the Supreme Court decision, and we have to be careful. You see, some of these things, Yankai said, it can come back to haunt you.
All right, okay. On that, Yankai anim enche bia ena ode expose bi ba ye about an answer on the Reverend Kusi Boateng's issue. But as we speak, Shraj acclare Reverend Kusi Boateng of a conflict of interest. Almost he doesn't own 2 passports with different names. Now, the moment I Shraj for be can some now the betu just say omoti. I didn't know say Shraj.
Yo, Eddie Kain Shraj report way. As I say, your motive for United CSA. It is not just about Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng and answer Kwabene Edujemfi. I don't know what really is his name. A far-reaching, okay, 165-page report now. The Shraj for Ehun, Ehunye, time so. Shraj report no, kase. In some nina ye kan about National Cathedral. Say project no, omo amfa emra kwan so. Omo ankoje procurement approval. Omo tua sika to the wrong people. There is no value for money. Shraj a confirm ni nyina. Indeed, Shraj kase all the board of trustees of the National Cathedral of Sofua Kukudam Omunyana, they have to be investigated and prosecuted for corruption and corruption related offenses. Explosive. I don't remember the last time in our history me who any such report. And I have stated this morning, sir, me hold a press conference was Kumasi and Upper Way, and I sent out my sympathy to the clergymen, because I take the view, sir, the majority of the clergymen on this board of trustees, no, President Akufo-Addo and the misleading omo, and no DCV omo, because President Akufo-Addo project we started or say a personal pledge, or a personal pledge to Nenyanko Ponce or Buano no we need election na obesi cathedral amano. Yenya yakwa sorry a personal pledge. Me election be a personal pledge. The last one me personal pledge they say me we near me na margin na me expect it. Na me person me the widest margin in Ghana, and I had it. Okay. And my personal pledge was to go to Bator Catholic Hospital, Children's Ward, me kotua medical bills of all those who were on admission. That was my
one of the best hospitals.
Yes, one of the best hospitals. Yeah. Man kofre North Town for nyina say, hey, my personal pleasure, me na me mu MP. Inti mumbe contribute. Meji obi a tax. Manyane sa. A personal pledge only wo nyankopon. We were all expecting say that's what President Akufo-Addo would do. Ube kaya osofu akuku damwe, including Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Omunyana preach sermons. If you go online, Omuka say Ghana for munja dede no. President Akufo-Addo I assure you and say project we no a personal pledge. We are not going to use your taxes until everybody back off. Stop criticizing the project. Only for me to discover say on the blind side of Parliament. Meanwhile, Constitution say who can withdraw taxes for any project who hear parliamentary approval. As we speak up to date, no parliamentary approval. Even Finance Minister Nkasa, the former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, or appear before vote of Central Committee, or non-Nkasa Jetum say there was no parliamentary approval, or you see contingency vote. No? Yeah. He conceded no parliamentary approval. He took the discretions, Finance Minister. Meanwhile, Project Weno does not qualify as a contingency project. It doesn't. Contingency ye bibia unforeseen. Who say besi. Who name say bebaso. Say emergency BC. That is contingency. But project I was in Yankopon in Wakasa. What planning? What setting a board of trustees? You have multiple years to complete. Ebanesena ababeya contingency. And to me, I feel very sorry for the board of trustees. Osofu no more board neso. It should have been President Akufo-Addo who should be facing the music. Now, Shraj for Air Kase. Over $58 million. 339 million Ghana cedis. Cost our project. No. Okay, report now. Shraj will say, Omonkasa a field inspection. Omoko site ho. Eko ye inspection. Omosi di omuhu ye no. Omuhu jiru omu ye. They couldn't believe it. Say, Sika Bunua ya spende. Sika kesiesa. All they saw was Amuna kesia. Insu to na dane swimming pool. They couldn't believe it. And one of our recommendations, they say, there should be a forensic audit and a value for money audit. Now, the Auditor General should move in quickly. Almost say, company no, omo contract, rebade. They had no business executing that contract. Into contract no, you're illegal, and you're void ab initio. Those are the words. Now, Board of Trustees ankoje concurrent approval from the Central Tender Review Committee. Into yenyina yenti asese. These are very far-reaching recommendations. Shraj aye. Shraj report no aye damning. Now, say Shraj akase. Munyana move on the board. Yanko prosecutable. How can any one person on the board say, sir, he has been cleared, he has no questions to answer? Say, Yembra, Reverend Victor Kusibuatin.
Okay, all right.
And in the case of Reverend Victor Kusibuatin, I have stated publicly, say what kind of Shraj report now? Conclusions now, Shraj a draw. Evidence now, yeah, they call Shraj. The conclusion.
Print a passport, meaning now the call.
Don't worry, I'm coming to that.
All right.
The conclusion does not support the evidence I had call. Now I'll take my time and explain.
All right. Okay.
Into Eddie kind. Eden na mekai ana me de call Shraj. Meka say Reverend Victor Kusibuatin ye appointed to the board of the National Cathedral as Reverend Victor Kusibuatin. Who kind incorporation documents of the National Cathedral of Ghana? Edian ewo ho Reverend Victor Kusibuatin. Date of birth I ewo ho. And my publishing all these documents. Petition and medical my publishing an upper way to refresh the memory of everybody. Ubenhu the National Cathedral of Ghana, the incorporation documents. Edian ewo so they register here. Oni Palma Bako mo Reverend Matemu, Reverend Sudanaba, Bishop Danka, Ubehu Obia, Dean, official name and date of birth. Reverend Victor Kusibuati, Nidia Woho. Date of birth or the two ho, 7 September 1971. Enna, me oversight. Kai said this whole matter of Reverend Victor Kusibuati, and your personal, me share neda.
Oh, okay.
Menino eni asembia. Matise and Crawford kaze we di ebia personal ebia obia ko GOB girl, all kinds of wild, weird stories. Me tell all kinds of things. I mean, some of the things it shocks me.
Oh, Reverend Kusibuati worry.
Yeah, Miss worry into for the record. Okay, yeah, into Yanyana ya worry. Into some of all of that propaganda no
okay.
You know. Into me share no the minim no. Documents are cathedral for the bar parliament. Omu be kachire say omu akotia contractors mobilization of 2.6 million.
Okay.
To a company known as JNS Talent Center Limited. JNS. In my oversight over the National Cathedral, minim say National Cathedral project we know contractor no rebade. That is the contractor. Contractor needing rebade. And rebade no 3 construction firms and ya form a consortium. First one no the Rizani the Eka. Second one no the Babisoti. Third one no Disimoni. Into 3 companies we now form a joint venture. A JV. Your friend no rebade. Into me who say meaning say contractor no rebade. Adenti na makwako tia 2.6 million say contractors mobilization to JNS Talent Center Limited. JNS omo nya contractors. They are not the construction firm. Inti as a diligent member of parliament, Sebi Ghana for muntu aba mayen as MPs. Say yanko parliament ho na yanko numti and diagro. Bibia ba yeah. Na obia afani huako. That's not why you voted for us. Because we share the history of Ghana Parliament. Answer na me couple as a young follower of Parliament. There was a timer, President Kufuor time, Ubekaya. Loan bia na omukasa omuko akoje. Address na omudi koho. Anka MPs no ye seniors. I wasn't in Parliament then. Anka omo ye omu due diligence. Omu ye omu investigations. Omu say address no. Edi omu ko hairdressing salon or London. Ubekaya hairdressing salon. You will find it. The CNTCI loan. That's why we have a parliament. Say you do due diligence. And then BBR executive now you swallow hook line and say, oh yeah, approve it. Okay, okay. Me who JNS Talent 2.6 million contractors mobilization. And your moon contractors. Instead of rebate, yeah, the JNS. What's going on? And I may start the AM in Shishemu. A honor may discover, say, oh, send us our company JNS, no. A director of that company, your friend, no, Kwabna Edujemfi. The other directors, Johannes Eshan, Sheila Eshan, 3 directors. Omo nyina ye asofo. That's what they said. In terms of omo profession. And I pierced the veil. Say, who are these people? I went behind the veil to know, say, because who can register company? You go with IDs. Me checks, went behind the scenes to know, say, who are these people? And to the shock of my life, documents no buy, photos no buy. Me who say, Kwabna Edu Jimfi. Onoane Victor Kusibuating. That was the first time I discovered from the documentation. Now I use the passport to register that company, JNS. People should get a background, my background, because I'm saying Crawford Dodona, they are not following this. They don't get the background. Into Mojo say, ebia or time bina mempe or sofun nasem and a makwa kofa in some tuno. So tebe media that me image must say 2.6 million way. Mostly contractors mobilization. Ebani saying JNS or Munya contractors. Ankasikano eko ribade hoa. Once a Shraj report on my confidence company no ribade. Now the contract value $312 million. That's what we're going to spend on the cathedral. Can you believe that? $312 million. Yes. Project started at $100 million. That's what we were told. Shraj for me who says $312 million. Inti Ankasikano ribade. I would not have started this investigation. Into Omuao documents on Mudiba, they were thinking, say, okay, you better be we are just joking into would be now you're proving that Moko. And to Manrezi Assembly.
But the MTN GNS was a charity organization. Did you find out?
Well, at the time investigation, now they own a crèche.
They own a crèche.
Yes.
If it was a school.
A school, and almost they are developing the talent of younger children.
Oh, okay.
That's what I discovered in the course of my work. That is the background. It's important.
Okay, all right.
Into me call Shraj no, make I say Shraj for ye. I'm seeing a case of conflict of interest. Obi eti board so secretary to the trustees as Victor Kusibuating. All tier sika 2.6 million to a company called JNS. Sa company no make us share our documents, directors no. Sena e noa. Kwabna Edu Jimfi e noa. And documents na me hu passport na they register that company no. Me hu say, enye say alias keke ebia AK and a nickname.
And can maybe say your domestic names. So how come?
Good. Me compare documents no. Documents or they could be a national cathedral or be a national cathedral no or using a driver's license and the date of birth a year 7 September 1971 nema meeting a year different and then oba be JNS or use passport a din woho a year Kwabna Edu Jimfi date of birth no year 30th December 1969 2 years apart. It's not even the same year. 2 years apart. 30th December 1969. A hustle no nima meeting ye different or fill forms to obtain the passports. Under Ghanaian law, say me ko engage in that kind of conduct. Ya beche me. Identity fraud is criminal. Interna or they may call court no. Who kind the judgment of 13th July? I can read portions to you. Judge Nika said, hey, this is criminal. And Judge Nika and the lawyer said, hey, you should be advising your client. You shouldn't be the ones
but bringing in all of this. Did you also have the chance to see his Ghana card?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Who the Ghana card?
Me who nina.
Na Ghana card necessary.
Ghana card no. Ewo. Kwabna Edu Jimfi din.
Ghana card no was Kwabna Edu Jimfi.
Yes. Mirror NIA database system no. Uniho as Victor Kusibuating. Eye Kwabna Edu Jimfi. And the Ghana card number I have it here. I won't let's say numbers but at least the first 3 digits GHA 718. I won't mention the rest.
Last 4 no cry. It could be easily.
Yeah, exactly. I have it here. And me call GRA system nem so ena mirror GRA system nemo and no let me state for the record say enya ebia kanana bi na me ya na manko undercover me chro RTI request openly e comma GRA4 say this is what I'm discovering ente I want to know, do you have in your system Victor Kusibuatin and Kwabena Edujemfi? And these companies, state companies, are including JNS.
Okay.
And 3rd February 2023, GRA4, Omo Assistant Commissioner, Mrs. Florence Asante, Oma me reply, and Oka say, the Oka no yenokre. Yehun said there is a Victor Kusibuatin in our system. Date of birth, 7 September 1971. Mother's maiden name Agnes Atta, and our different tin. Remember just the first three P002.
GR18 number.
GR18 number.
Okay.
And then still in their system, no, you were Kwabena Edujemfi. Date of birth 30th December 1969. This time, I say Nima bin din ye Yajemfua. No longer Agnes Atta. I mean, Sabi said Jesus Christ, Mary Nkwane Wono. And our unique TIN number P006. I won't continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Ente made the evidence when you na, including unim say in the Electoral Commission database. Mirror Electoral Commission database.
Yeah.
Me wa voter ID cards no. Unim say 2016. Reverend Victor Kusibuatin. Ne voter ID card ewaha. Voter ID card number, no, remember just the first 48630. 2016, voter ID card, or say age 40, or Tuaba as Victor Kusibuatin. 2020, Yamano, another voter ID card. My name say ya cancel first one, no, but me wo read EC database now, or cards, mienu. Yeah.
Okay.
We no, edina ewo eye Kwabena Edujemfi. This time, no, see, you 50 years. 2016, now we did 40.
Okay, into 4 years time.
4 years. Within 4 years, no. On we need 10 years. Incredible. And me the evidence when you na call Shraj. And for Shraj to say, Omura passport database no, Omuhu passport bako. And people are basing on that to say, oh, it means you're clear no. And na me chantro. Look at the preponderance of evidence.
But before you end on that, the passport mienu na odi wani hu ye no.
Dabi munti dia make her say. Manka say me hu passport mienu.
Very good.
Dia make ye ne say. Ya appointee obi as Victor Kusibuatin. Ye manu diplomatic passport say onko ye nejuma. Onko onto kwa international to raise funds.
That is what I wanted to hear. It was a diplomatic passport.
Diplomatic passport. Me wo copy waha. DX00, I'll just mention the first three.
We have all those records.
Yes.
So,
And diplomatic passport, say onye nejumano. It's in a different name. When him say members of parliament, your diplomatic passport. Your diplomatic passport is the same as your official name. Your two abba mao. Uye Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, and now we are Seche Mensa Bonso, and now we are Fenyo Maki, and now we are Dr. Iwe Free, and now we are Anodombre. Diplomatic passport yadibe mao say fire with Juma in your official capacity. It's the same name, same date of birth. But this is the first time
same on the Ghana card.
Yes, same on the Ghana card. Same on your driver's license. Same on your voter's ID card.
All your documents.
All your documents. Into your banisena. Nipa we inkwandie. Ya appointing as Victor Kusibuatin. Your appointment letter. National Cathedral documents Victor Kusibuatin. Yenyena yenim as Victor Kusibuatin. Ne yere a ono so ye appointee of President Akufo-Addo. Ono so ye Mrs. Anita Victor Kusibuatin. Suddenly, me who say, diplomatic passport ye demand say onko ye nejumano. It's in a different name. Kwabena Edujemfi. Who ye diligent member of parliament? Now say who do minor. Won't you raise these matters? Yeah. And not na medical Shraj. I don't see how anybody can take this Shraj report and say, Victor Kusibuatin has been cleared. You know why I say that? Who can Shraj report now? Shraj for air kase passport a omuhu ye no. Ninyina bears the same name. and that name Kwabna Edu Jemfi. Anka Shraj for ka say omuye omunhihye mu no. Passport omuhu ye Victor Kusibuati. Same date of birth. 7 September 1971. Then you can say oh, where the Okudzeto Ablakwa, which one draw? You have been exposed. But Shraj for a confirm the made two just say ya appoint you be as Victor Kusibuati. Now so ya manu diplomatic passport no. Ya manu diplomatic passport in another name. That is what I said. That's what I've been saying all over the country. And Shraj I confirm that matter. Where is the vindication in this? Where is the clearance in this? I mean, look, Shraj for Ankasano, about that aspect, they were quite shoddy because once someone commented on the Ghana card, someone commented on the DVLA driver's license, someone commented on the GRA letters, someone commented on the voter ID cards, the 2 voter ID cards, 2016, 2020, different names. Clearly, no, the Shraj report about that aspect, you can say they were sloppy. But even with their sloppiness, no, it doesn't favor Reverend Victor Kusibo. It doesn't favor him. Because Shraj, in whom passport BR, it is aligned, it is consistent with Nidin Victor Kusibo. How can this amount to clearance? Now, my member, the issue of conflict of interest. One say me call Shraj because I am seeing payment from Victor Kusibuatin to JNS, a Onoani company. He's there as director. A dinfo for Kwabna Edu Jemfi, different date of birth. What kind of Shraj report now? Shraj for kase omu documentation. Na National Cathedral of Ghana, any JNS, omu record keeping is so bad. They don't take minutes. Ninyana wo. Shraj quite recommend say Institute of Directors, they should come and take National Cathedral Board of Trustees, no, any JNS4, because omunyina a software and ebi good corporate governance, and educate them on proper record keeping, how to take minutes and all of that. The question that arises logically is Shraj, ebe, musi munhu documentation. Companies, no, they don't take minutes. There are no board minutes, no board resolutions. Nanso, you align with Asema Victor Kusibuatin Kachemo say, oh, sir, payment, 2.6 million. Na a year refund. Na wama JNS for Amma National Cathedral loan. Ente a year loan no na omo tia. They were paying back the loan, interest-free loan. Into 2.6 million, no? 2.6 million, no? A year. Refund, repayment. Hey! Into say JNS Ababaye Susu Company. Into also documentation, ne ho minutes, board resolution. Nanso, you prefer to go with the Victor Kusibuatin Akachiremo. Shraj, ebe. Meanwhile, me mama mu documents. Me anyami na mechiro yo. National Cathedral for Ankasa. Enombu ba parliament almost say contractors mobilization. Anka menhu sa allocation no 2.6 million. Anka yesika eko. Anka JNS for bet to me afasa sika no say contractors mobilization. Parliament approve.
Inti u raise alarm no sikano.
Me raise alarm say
sikano da baby da.
Sikano say yeah, as I say almost say a loan. Na a loan na JNS atia share National Cathedral ni JNS JNS omo work crutch when the bema wine loan National Cathedral omo awarded $312 million contract share donations omo receive from all over the world America all over the chief imam Grako donate omo mo na omo here loan from JNS hey angwangwa sem wo Ghana ominia angwangwa sem e wo Ghana enye
nti eya ko ese okoje bosia akwatre kwa ho
yes yeah
sana de ne
yes and okokwatre kwa ho no one be send din
yes all right okay abusia otie yen koma na hye ne so se Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa MP for Northern and out se menino edi enkomo no waba santimantemu a wabowura eye OTEC 102.9 yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ no kakra aka na ɔno deɛ ɛyɛ anama for friend man of exposés exposé no a na wɔya nkyɛ nanse so ɔse ɛmo bi a ɛma no so yɛaclare bafase o ɛmo no ɔmo check from FDA na ɔmo kyerɛ a ɛmo no na ɛwɔ chances kakra kyerɛ sɛ ɔmbɛtumi adi adeɛ no nti ɔmbɛtumi adi mu no CNR ɛyɛ city newsroom ɔbaa ɔse 22,000 bags of expired repackaged rice distributed across SHS. Ablakwa alleges. What did you see? What do you know? Where did you get them from?
Yo, medase mania. In some Ghana, mania. Ente over 22,000 bags of Moshosho rice. A mono brand no eye Moshosho. It didn't cry inspire confidence. Moshosho rice or more order from India. And a same way AC work a higher Kumasi higher. Na a mono ewo Accra in a warehouse called Limbrook.
Okay.
And a omo a cutting mo ferry from Accra. Eba Kumasi. Buffer stock company for omo warehouse waha storage facility wo Bokrom Kumasi. Bokrom Kumasi medasi. At that storage facility no omo hu say emono I spy. A meeting the best before date na a year December 2023. Ena omo ye kanana omo ni buffer stock company for ekoto new bags because omo say omo de emono original emono in the Moshosho rice brand no omo de co schools na headmasters no be hu expiry no nti omo nje ombeka say opese your poison color.
That is the old package.
The old package no? Yes. Enti omo koto different sacks. New sacks no na ya chiro so ECOWAS rice made in Ghana. Omo amfa expiry date antoso. Nti new bag no expiry date. Enti asem we debia meka I salute and celebrate that unknown Ghanaian. I always tell Ghana for say no credit should come to me. Sa Ghana nina oma tip off. Ono NSS you're celebrating. Or Kumasi ha ubia enim no. Okay. But ono eno ye anonymous call to the Ashanti Regional Police Command. Oh, okay. Any FDA. Say, the me hu a ekoso or FDA NAFCO National Food Buffer Company Storage Facility. Emua apro emua gogomi wom. Emua asay yede 2 new bags. Yede ko kunya nkola no. Ye pachoe mumbe arresting krofuwe. Ena Ashanti Regional Police Command. Aboko raho. Any FDA force omurashiko. Mewo krata Ashanti Regional Crime Officer. Your friend JJ Boy.
Okay.
A day after, or sign a letter with 21st December 2023, addressed to the Regional Director, Food and Drugs Authority, Kumasi Ashanti. Say, request for assistance. The Ashanti Regional Criminal Investigation Department, RCID of Ghana Police Service, Kumasi Ashanti, is investigating a case of being in possession of alleged unwholesome Moshosho bags of rice stocked at the National Food and Buffer Stock Warehouse, Bokrom, Kumasi. Investigations have reached a stage where sample of the suspected Moshosho rice needs to be examined to ascertain whether or not the rice has expired or good for consumption. I'll be very grateful if your outfit could assist in examining the rice and report, counting on your usual cooperation. Please. We're signing the signature for FFF.
Oh, okay.
JJ Boy, Superintendent, Crime, Ashanti. My follow-up. He's still in Ashanti region. You can check. You can call him.
Boy.
JJ Boy. Yeah,
okay.
Boye.
Boy.
Boy. Yeah.
All right.
Boye. Yeah, so who can cry here, pa? Yeah,
JJ boy.
Yeah. Enti ono no sign is akrata no. Minia, will you believe say? Answer na samples where test results no beba. One say letter way or say ya chain crop no. Ya arrest you omo. Emono ya seize enti ya mamu samples mun ko testi. Ya pese ya check say wholesome.
Okay.
Enti omo de letter no any samples no echo FDA. Me wo FDA test results no wa 6 February.
Oh, okay.
Minia, will you believe say answer na test results we by 6 February no. Na 1st and 2nd February order from above say hey monja de moya no na monko che mo no. Into 22,000 bags no. Omo che ni nyina, omo de ni nyina ko secondary schools. Me wo documents wa ha. Headmasters are omo sign for eduane no. Documents in your Konongo Domasi Senior High School, Presec, Miami, Alma Mater, St. Mary's, St. Monica's, SHS, Mampong, Bogatanga, SHS, Boga, Upper East Region. Almost signatures.
Almost signing.
Almost receiving a mono.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mami share also.
Dated 1st and 2nd February. Omo ache emuni nyina. 1st and 2nd. Test results no buy. Me who those documents no. Na me bob buy say se me intercept test results na. Nyame enya yadom na test results no enka say emono ye fine, emono ye okay. Unfortunately, me prayers anya ejuma. O kind test results we are. FDA for ka say emono ewo insect infestation. Now it does not comply with the standards.
Okay.
Insect infestation.
That's the report from the
report
FDA.
From FDA. 6 February.
Okay.
Mami more testers no officials no almost sign it. They call them analysts. Mary Vivian Hammond.
Okay.
Marian A. Comey. Any Joseph Ofosu Sian. Omunye na almost signatures wa. Meaning say FDA Ashanti omutie ye OTEC FM de obi atie OTEC.
Yeah.
Omutie. Test results no so reveal say emono ewo high fat acidity. Ewo ha. High fat acidity. We so Bright Abebi Omensa, Marian A. Comey, Joseph Ofosusian, omunyana assigning. And they say here, it does not conform to the compliance standard. Awaha, where's over to me a steady.
But me another counter report from the public relations officer of the education ministry.
Yeah.
I mean two nasa because of the time.
Sure.
I mean two nasa mnimu kakra.
Sure.
Or say disputing the MP's persistent allegation. Mr. Kwartin told Accra-based Joy News that the rice was still good to eat and had not expired. The ministry's PRO also cleared that Laments was not fined for distributing unwholesome food, but rather for not getting FDA approval before repackaging the rice. For the records, Laments was fined for not getting authorization for the repackaging of the food. It has nothing to do with the declaration of the wholesomeness of the food, he stressed. Mr. Kwartin stated that the rice's best before date was indeed December 2023, but emphasized that this did not necessarily indicate expiration.
Yeah.
So meaning the rice was good to go.
Everything
you know, everything there jollof near there.
Enti FDA test results no. Once the Ministry of Education.
OTEC.
Yeah, the young school. Me my ejima with that ministry for 4 years.
Sure.
When parents bring children to our schools, or more expect say young be protected. We are parents. Will you allow, say?
You are the immediate parents, so
yes.
Yeah.
As parents, will you allow your children to be fed with rice and more, beyond the best before date? Will you allow that? Now, OTA Ministry of Education for almost say, oh, my name FDA for Emma Lamens. And Lamens way, notorious company. Who name said 2021? May Auditor General report. I can read it to you. Paragraph 0603, page 133. Very notorious. Auditor General indicted say distribute unwholesome rice. Into year 2021. Lamens, yeah. Oh, my main kind. Me documents, me family documents in Diagro. Report of the Auditor General on the public accounts of Ghana pre-university education institutions for the financial year ended 31st December 2021. 2021. This is the Auditor General's report.
2021.
Yes. OSHA paragraph 133. Pardon me, page 133, paragraph 608. Supply of unwholesome food items.
Captured by the
Auditor General. Or see, in controversy of Section 52 of the PFM Act 2016, Act 921, we noted that supplies of 65 bags of rice in March 2021 to Presia Huni Valley Senior High and Technical School and 5 cartons of carnation milk to Ansan Gregor Senior High School by Lamens. Notorious company where Lamens were found to be unwholesome at our time of audit in September, though expiry date on the product was October 2021. As a result, there is a risk that the items will be served to students in times of food shortage with possible health implications. We recommended to the head of the schools to report the matter to the National Buffer Store Company for appropriate action or be held accountable for any inappropriate disposal of the items. Question I say, after this Auditor General's report, Auditor General, I recommend it to NAFCO for say, hey, deal with this company. And then is here. Rather, no, instead of dealing with this company, NAFCO for any omo ekoye kanana. EBA omo storage facility ema omo. Say mumbeye rebagging. Munkoso sa. And put our children at risk. A company which should have been blacklisted far back as 2021. Anka Auditor General report where if it had been acted on. Anka this latest Lamens scandal no. Anka ANC. Now, this business of extension, FDM extension, Minia, Makai all the laws covering these matters, Act 851, your Public Health Act, FDA 4 EMRA, any LI 1541, which deals with packaging of food. Who under any of the laws, the provisions, and I've been challenging people to show us where EMRA, FDA 4 coinse omobeye extension. Say, Udiani expire, ubetumi abeji extension. Hey, we are all not in this country. FDA 4 and call round shops. Omu who say even you have expired products on your shelves, now more close it down. I'm fine. Sometimes they even prosecute you. Lamens quad they omuye the anointed. Omuye a special breed. Omudie. When they violate our laws, no, yema omo extension. Now, OTA Ministry of Education for almost say, oh, one name, eduane no, a call beyond the best before date na, a quality no nkwa ne bafam, but ube to me di. Just say who di a more quality ni abafam,
okay,
nutritional value no abafam,
but ube to me a consume.
But ube to me a consume. Hey,
I say by and say sir,
and yes, sir. Ube to me manage at least. I mean,
rice water being.
I mean, can you believe that? Meanwhile, other countries are almost boosting the nutritional value. Omunim said there's a link between nutrition and IQ and academic performance. Ube Kaya Michelle Obama, 8 years now, White House. Ne campaign or as First Lady of America was to boost the nutritional value. Or no ne junk food and other things out of the schools in America. To make sure say omo nutritional value be costro. Ye dear, ye ma yen kola eduane a spy. Ye say oh monim quality non abafam. Enti ye demand say all the officials responsible. As I say, ye arrest you omo. Now you prosecute you. The laws are very clear. Me wo letter wo ha laments for ankasa. Omo achro admit say the omo ye no manye ni ye.
Oh,
wa ha.
From here.
Laments dated 3 January 2024. Ubetumi akan.
So who is defending who?
Yeah. Laments
Investment Africa Limited. Okay, me trying to area say unauthorized repackaging of Moshosho rice. We refer to the above subject matter and your letter referenced FDA/A. Okay, that's Ashanti.
Yeah.
Okay, REG, that's the regional. Okay, ADM, blah blah blah. Dated 29th December 2023. We hereby attach payment receipt for 50,000 Ghana cedis, being half of the administrative charge levied on our company for infractions on section 103 clause 1 and 130 clause 1 of the Public Health Act 2012 Act 851. Yours faithfully, David Ajefi Menson, CEO.
Yeah.
And on there, I'll say please accept 50,000 of the administration fee for the above. Barbara.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Into so, company nankasa Ajetum. Oh, Masan Ajefi Mensa or a director of Laments. There are two directors. Ajefi Mensa and Simon Ej. The question to ask is me wo FDA for internal memo of 29 December. Omankasa. Our original roadmap was that 1, they will move in to stop the repackaging. 2, 15,000 bags at the time of the tip-off. No, omobe dispose ninyina, ombe say ninyina, ombe kwa koshe.
Okay.
Any third recommendation, internal memo. It went through chief executive, head of legal, head of communication. Laments bet you 150,000 Ghana cedis. Ebanisena, when were not followed. Mono was not disposed of. 150,000 reduced to 100,000. No cry, you see, or Muntia half. They were allowed to pay half. Police for Chi or Mono, they were all released. Order from above. Munja Homo. Highly connected. Until they got away.
Okay.
I mean, and then, yeah. At least, is it so because of money? Sikanti, we don't care. Say Yankola Bewu. And even this so-called extension, when him say, extension now almost to April. Bags now new bags now a mono 2 mono. There was no expiry date. Until how were the headmasters to know, say, a mono after beyond April dear and no they're so dangerous. Meanwhile, checks are my June, July, August. Now a way in Colano or Dasu AD in our schools. Because headmasters it was Mayor expose and our headmasters no can say, hey, Honorable Kujetu, we didn't know. And I asked them also add an emoji and more expiry date in it. So we try to raise it by yes true. Transfer.
All right. Last one.
It's really sad.
Most of my taxes never refer as part of the economy, so you restructure them. Now taxes now more tax now better than what you manage your mind.
Minia, say what follow me exposes.
Yeah.
National Cathedral $58 million. Unim there $58 million bet to me. $58 million are there to Amuna Kessia.
Yeah.
I bet to me see modern hospital Maya. Sasi can back Confanochi. You can recognize Confanochi teaching hospital.
$58 million.
Oh, it will be totally that's a lot of money. A lot of the hospitals are President Mahama commission here, Shao Sudoku Munyana. It wasn't up to $58 million. Yes, $58 million. Who call UPSA, who call your universities, or more see huge hostels, 4-story, 5-story. Just 15 million, 30 million, $10 million. $58 million. And yes, Pualugo Dam, $12 million. You call as MPs to do inspection. You call in rural any.
Contract and
any all kinds of
contract and the blocks or rooms where we keep some of the
rooms. Many are Pualugo. Yet your photo. 12 million it's blocks. $12 million. Yeah, the top blocks, 10 blocks. Any $12 million.
You people had said in Parliament is a mobilization fee.
Mobilization. $12 million. Hey.
Some more approvals can.
But now your names
we were not there.
But we also didn't know. Yeah, approvals can now your names omo koye dream ne kata shishesa. Oh, if it is Anka, if it's just one pile of sand, Anka Mikra I could have provided for free. We didn't need to approve $12 million. Anka made the sand no beko. Ejapa, another $12 million. Almost no munam landing a office to rent and all of that. $12 million. Ashe. Sky Train, $2.5 million. South African businessmen. Omo abeye ya wagadre omo tamiasika de ko. Carrie Summers, $6 million. Oba Sputnik V vaccines, $2 million.
Okay.
Drip, over $100 million inflated. Into the year can I say all of these scandals, including President Akufo-Addo, the daughters, any business partners, ambulance spare parts scandal, $34.9 million, and also me OSP and check OSP for the reports, beba. Ghana for be hundi ekoso. So we who National Cathedral. Wait for the ambulance scandal, $34.9 million. Spare parts are a year more expensive. Chain ambulance nankasa. Wonders only in Ghana under the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. Inti ye kase, if we stop all of this corruption, all of this create loot and share schemes, no minia. Now you cut it down on expenditure. Adena Ghana, small country, we should have more than 100 ministers. Aden. Inti President Mahama say Oba, not more than 60 ministers. Inti, when we cut down expenditure, stop the corruption, no, we will not need all of these taxes. Inti, I can confirm to you, say, COVID levy beko. Ghana, any or mine, the whole world. Yeah, that's why I COVID levy. WHO for my name is Akufo-Addo ni ba Monty. My main using platform way and remind you almost say WHO for I declare say COVID is no longer a pandemic. Tia Pamacho. Almost declares more than a year ago. No longer pandemic. Into your breath. Omo Muka said they are moving us from taxation to production. It's now taxation to more taxation and armed robbery. Into COVID levy beko, betting tax beko, e-levy beko, emissions tax beko. And we will make sure, sir, there will be prudent management of the economy. I can give you that assurance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, sir. Oba Kumase, Wababesra. Yeah, that's super. Anytime you have a room, no.
Minda Obiase, Kumase for Eshemi year, and I'm enjoying my stay here. Okay.
Edufufua.
Madufufu.
Okay. Mauna ira wasi.
Yeah, fufu nyade.
Really?
Yeah, fufu nyade.
Wow. Obi ka se fufu vivinto.
Vivi comme vivinho.
Akwe. Mauna ira wasi.
Amen.
All right, okay. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa and our tese meneno edin komono. Ma me na me home resisi ya ne yento aso.
Don't pass out to anyone. Just move.
Warehouse.
Election warehouse.
Election warehouse. Election warehouse.
Election warehouse no be until OTEC FM.
Dru hobiemo Ghana ye kotoaba ye mampani ne yemra se badwafo ahodo entina OTEC FM election warehouse ya fa ato ye ho se ye betie simonten so na ya bo asumdue hu dawuro se de be ya Ghana ya sudue kura ye no ye bekoso akuram se kusua na emmo enti ene de ya tie sikedetia abonten so a ene ye nuama no adwadifo binom edi nkomo na omunso atire omadwen omunso de omafutu sem amma Ghana fo binom a dru abatuo se ya amanyofo binum ebo mpa amumu ye tutu asem
afi we die OTEC FM election warehouse ya fa to ya ho so say ye be hwese sa ne mani nyina ano be brase na Ghana so atumi afa ne ntoma pa afira enti dimati na yenko tie ensemu a Ghana fo bi e wo kafa asomdue ho
Pacho asomdue sam de mobi ka kire Ghana fo kire say me ankasa matona world town country eye Cote d'Ivoire abato mpenche say na kofa sa atokwa ne baaye na kura ma so ne afre dokoi na nipa nam so obuwu saa amansem no mu no wo mu wie chi so no politicians be ye baako a ebesa be di yen so e na de me hu ne say ye beto abase ya wo mu edo nkodi nkwase asem no wo so ye nkrofo mu politician bi ene wo be yusu ne ba e de na kodi nkwase asem okwa akofo obi a ne ba wase ya onu koke ni wi aba be di nkwase asem ne mo ba se o ma ne butu wi ye be di ade wo ma ne edo makotena abrochire no saa nkrofo ne besa be di yen so ne ema no a sebe yatete ye botom a ye ne abre ye ho no no be ye wishless ebedu ba bi ne asa ka che so papa kura no wa mobra esan se wo papa ama wo wankodi nkwase asem ankoye se de obeye eti meme de me wo no me ba bia no election ayi bi obedi nkwase asem even party t-shirt wa ma me ba nhye bi ena wakodi demonstration aso koye bibi me ba kodi party t-shirt ba wa no na wo fifi na kodi bia no de ba na kodi nachi esan se abato mu manso sem no eti nsem bebrebe ba ena Ghana so e wo se akoye se MPP ni NDC sese aban no kwa bibi na so kwa kakra no ya target ya kwa we NDC we su kwa ka se we MPP eti ne hia wodo kro ye eno se ye de tron man na bi se bibi abekoso ma abato no anya ne nyina trase aye adwuma ne ntokwasem ya nkofa baabi ma medamase de me woka no
Okay, within the lead ya na me so agent kakra me wofa ho ne se abato aye betu no asumdue ne ye pa ma man Ghana nti ukwa wo so ya umache no akodi line no akoto waba uya no abafie na wa chen kopim si abebobo internet TV any radio station obi se OTEC FM nti utna si na utia de course ni na obi eno ne ye better than say obekọ honom no akọ hwe bi e de assemble brown nti utna ofie na utia anasa wo hwa eno nso de asumdue kese ebe brown na brown man Ghana ni
Oh, me de me yema anka yenye na yebewie na anka yato abana sa ni jeso but ya ye nipa efri different mu ni die enye da ya adwe ne nyepe ntinki ye besere Ghana fo yesere mo entokwa bi enim ano baba ye bi enim yesere mo epa mo cho mo me nyina yenye kro de ade ne se no no wi ni ayemfama no nye ntokwa nipa bia ye nipa na emom ya adwenche na ya na obi a che ye besere ka mu ntokwa no so munyai ni nyina de ntokwa bana no se ka ye fo ye nyame nko a kabaku pra no nyonko eyesa nye fenketwa na efi akire ba no na omo nso esua medamase
Assalamu alaikum muslimi muna gaisuwa mu muna do mama Dubai mu ce cikin muna kai tiya abin da yake damu mun nan ga kasuwar ne bai yi kasuwar ba kyau naman kuma shanu su kuri abin da muke so ba muna roko Allah sa wanda zai zo Ghana peace muke so kagan fara bakunga ya zo ya bare shanu bai zuwa nan abin da muke so muna roko Allah sa ya zo mu vote na abin da wanda zai zo duka Allah sa ya zo tunde yana Ghana sai muna zama peace abin da muke so kenan mun gore
say de ye de nyame ase se nyame so ma afi no eba abato no ebe tue wasumzem na wo se emrante ne mabawa no bi ahwe ne ho so ye because se wo time obi abeyusu ne ba kon lati sa ne ma ko gwa brochire e de wo mo ko school papa na se obi ba ma 5 million and I say 400 na waje na wo se kodin kwa yasma bibi to a ayewa nko sesem no wakodi because say wo de obi ahwehwe owu akira kwan na emom sa wo ko Jesus ka we dia na wa ko hwe owu akira kwan etie de nyame na ye bono mpa say ye ma no e ma o memo obi enchan ma obi ama ye den e me yusu na dwen oni akoto wa bawie a kotena wo fie se TV na abehwe o se radio na abetie o no watie na nyame so enesi hene ye de enim se eye de ya papa Yesu no obesi wo hene ba akopɛ ayeden amaye said the America for ato mu de boko say yanti de bia wa American sanso na nyame be hu ya mobo ɛwɔ Ghana ha nso ama yɛn nso yɛbi bia nso ayɛ yie nyame jam
mambo mpase ma leda pa mkibo miru da inzabre leda pa la no na ke vote na pa e vote ba e pedogi ni bi NDM kala nse kazabda da tusoki la nse kala mboko e MPP NDC o kibo zabre yene ye zabre la yeti zaba ba bi be so mute ke yambe pada ka ya be na feel ke yan zabre ka ko saba ka la bora so mambo to asemya kibo so da yira so da zabe ka la san ro bun ba he mambo to asemla dem pesa me pesa ni ka kan an to ko duru muku sa mutu wie do ba wene wase de bonna kugo bechire na ya ka na ya kunto ko ni bro sisi hu na ewu to ntem okọ bo no ho video bo no ho e kire o
basa mi nyane se Ghana fo emani me man penin nkola about time for mun kasan shamu manu some manu emphatic etitrasem enhye yensem na yadi asudwe ebeto abanu obeka jo se diska le kotwe kofa banato a me ni ska no me nko pro nkwa pro wuti pro maame no yano ayalefo ewo mangana amikaba yentimi ntomika Cote d'Ivoire yaniye Togo yaniye enti e pasudwe enti mikacha mabru force obeka jo se diska le ko dieti tisemo a kan se o mo ni banu nkoye ma o de mutimi nkoye sade ye pasudwe so ko to abawia o paso fi ho ko shefie e bono nsi a ni wa kwa ko tie results so wa ba na nya ya ni wa jiwani wo den na fem pia bonti enko hu obi fem pia bonti eni nkwasese antri obi asudwe na ye pe o mangana ye pasudwe ye pamuto o kiso dinoti amen
me da se pa meka ne se Ghana de ye bo Ghana de de kaya ye se asudwe ye fi to aba na enye ne basa bia ni honoma esi na de meka ne se Rwanda na ka be se 30 days na ye kwa koto aba na se di nim no aya na Ghana no akoye sebe emponchi tokwa omukukuru ni kakra na abafom na de mesere ne se yehia asundwie na asundwie yehia me teacher ni sabio sepasa yesi a meye den na matimi akọ classroom se me kwa akọkira de na beden na nkura no so kura no a omo ye minus no omo matimi aba se omo so baba besua de enti de mesere ne se ne esi akura yasundwie mu efiri mretenten a ase to aba no boni bia nsie no saa na mesere oman no eye the clergy mesere eye akufuado ene the other political parties a omoka ho empo ebesi eye ekwiedonko a wanya ba bi ko the replacement and I said nipa obaba be replace no na asundwe abua no ye nyina yetimi anom ama Ghana so afanfa ho de tikakra metimi aka
yo mpo ya siel kan na yete mabi ni tibi bombisi e kate do arba election la kate yete kensula te bore sumaham te bor zaba so de zango men en kuntan kaba pa ahoye kenzang ballot box keken to mayina bambor ba ligrila bam mengla bakuzaba ga bibitana ta kenzang box la katamba mbe yang la kaba pa arti bi keke et kaba tengbe so enwa la ko songte te permi yame lampa election time yin ken suivotin ba kulun yin eduon lampa karwa ma ki wo ge radio ka wom on di wa gana nit on di ba wa gana nit ti bori suma ka to bo sesiela on di wa gana nit on tetana ka tengla so matete yin ken suivotin la ba le yin e po ani bi amade ba ka ba pa he ki kenza e yin mara pa ngi yen wa la ko songte mbelu yame mabi lampa pa ka yen to asego tan fa bi tan ba apepe bi ka ba pa harba zongo bi ka ba pa harba yam mapang la tamuta do ayetangwa yaban ka suma antana ta teto wabe kambelu ya meka yeria sori ame election la yaban ka tengla suma ampone kampo ya zuozuo
to yanko enua we so na ono so kakra ono onfa nso so na yentie no menua odi ni sei
ya frema Musa Asoma
ante ye beto aba afutu semban na wode ma Ghana fo afa asomdwe ho abra ente na ye beto aba yi
ma asam no se ye beto aba no ye pe asomdwe ye mpe ntɔkwa biara yɛmpɛ biribiara yɛpɛ deɛ ɛbɛma ghana deɛ ɛbɛba biara